Hey y'all, this is gonna be home sweet home for tonight. I'll be honest with you, I thought I had my wool blanket rolled up with this oil tarp. This is an oil tarp I made. I have a video on making this oil tarp. If you want to see that, it's in the playlist back there in the file somewhere. But me and Roscoe's gonna spend the night right down here tonight. I think I've got everything I need. I don't know that. But we fixing to go do some fishing. Maybe do some little hunting. I got the 22 rifle. We're gonna spend the night. We're gonna play this afternoon. Build us a fire here after a while. The wind's blowing. It's supposed to get cold. I think the low is like 40. Low 40s, maybe upper 30s, but then tomorrow night they got a freeze warning. So tonight's a perfect night to be down here. Front moving in. Fish may bite, may not bite. They was tearing it up yesterday. So I think we're gonna take a rifle in the canoe and go on down there and do a little fishing. Maybe shoot us a squirrel. I do have a squirrel I killed this morning with me. That old flintlock tore him up pretty good. I think I barked him. But anyway, I had some pork loin, but it's froze. But we didn't bring no lot of groceries. So let's see how this plays out. Thank y'all for coming along on a little old camping outing with us. Now I wanted to address something right now. Y'all see that round can in my pocket? When I was editing the video, I seen that. I want to show y'all what that is. A little bit of cotton. Y'all thought I done started dipping snuff, didn't you? Not this old boy. Well, I would have videoed that one, but we ain't gonna go hungry. I'm not gonna film every fish that I catch today, y'all, cause we done wore out a good fishing video. I just wanna make sure I catch me a few to eat. Show you that I am gonna catch a few. We back in that same hole. And I'm gonna play here a minute. But we're gonna see if we can get Roscoe to tree a squirrel here shortly. But anyway, I'll show y'all a couple of fish. Yep. We backing them brim too, y'all. Uh-oh. I'm sitting here watching a squirrel on a limb there. And Roscoe's smelling it. He's done jumped out and he can't get over it. It's on the other side of the creek. If it gets had a bite too. Y'all, the crappie has slowed way down. They hitting it and not really biting. If he'll get right out there on that limb, if Roscoe don't run him off, we'll shoot that rascal. Wind's been blowing. You can't hardly see a limb shake. Easy does it. Turn down a little bit. We'll see. Coming down. All right, now stop and be still somewhere. Now we got us a squirrel. I did bring my squirrel cooker with me. Reel this crappie right here on here. They might start that bite. Now, we ain't catching no good ones no more, though. They small, but Paul J said to bring them home. We was going to put some in the freezer. So that's why I said, yes, sir. That's what we'll do. He said, I'll scale them brims. He knows if he don't tell me, I'll throw them back. But I told him, I said, no, I'm going to keep them. We're gonna put some fish in the freezer. We may do some fish eating there around Thanksgiving and whatnot. Come on. That's what I like to do. That may be one of them there brims right there. The only thing I don't like about a brim is he's gone swallowed and his mouth ain't big enough you can get it out and it tears my baits up. Anyway, let's go get our squirrel. Y'all, he done got all excited now. He didn't want to get back in the boat. Showing now, I told him I'd leave him at the house. But when we hit this bank over there, I want y'all to see he gonna come out of here now. He can't stand it. He smells that squirrel. Look at him. He can't stand it. Look at him. Did you find him? Bring me my squirrel. Where's he at? Bring him here. Come on. Don't eat my squirrel. Y'all ain't gonna have nothing left. Roscoe, bring him here. I'm not afraid I won't have nothing left. See where I hit that squirrel? Yeah, boy. Roscoe, come on, load up, son. Load up. Come on.
Y'all, I'll boil this water. I got me some goldenrod though. I'm gonna make me some goldenrod tea. I just stopped and picked this on the way in here. I actually had brought some dried with me, and then I thought, what in the world did I do that for? I guess it's just habit, but right now it's everywhere, so get it fresh and save my dried. But this little pot has a screen in it, so that's the reason I like it. Y'all, I had my boots on earlier because it's gonna get cold tonight, and I did not want to get my feet wet crawling over them logs and then be miserable the rest of the night. So when you're out here doing this kind of stuff, be smart about what you're doing. I ain't always smart, but I'm trying to do better. All right. We'll have some good warm goldenrod tea here shortly. Y'all, it took me a long time to sit back and enjoy a fire. Let me get a bed of coals to cook over, and then I can pile wood on there to sit back and just enjoy a fire after that. Used to always, we'd pile a bunch of wood on there and then try to go to cooking right over that. Burn up everything we was trying to cook, have the awfulest mess. But experience teaches you a lot of things. I brought me a little old cutting board, and I know y'all getting where you can't see, but that's all right. I'm gonna let it. I use that for a plate. It's a little plastic job. I'm gonna go ahead and skin this squirrel though while I still got a little bit of light,
And I know y'all can't see, but I'll talk at you a minute. And I don't know how much filming I'm gonna be able to do tonight. So Roscoe, part he likes, or the part he can have, he'd like to have all of it. I had to get over here for the light where I could see what I was doing. And I can light the situation up if I want to. I have got lights on the back of the buggy. Old Roscoe chomped my squirrel up pretty good there now. I knew he was going at it pretty good. I shot it right in the head, but he went over there and I mean crunched the ribs all up. Boy, boy, boy. Told y'all I could put some light on the situation. Now y'all, if y'all didn't know by now, I'm a 1 can of seasoning kind of fella. I'll take me an empty seasoning can and I'll pour a little bit of everything I like in it. This has got salt and Tony's, garlic salt and lemon pepper. I don't know what all is in there, and I'm gonna season that squirrel pretty good. And we do have a little bit of hot sauce. And y'all ain't never seen my squirrel cooker. I need to make my shaft part bigger, but I made it small enough that I could pack it up if I wanted to. Now y'all, I forged every bit of that out of old rebar. Y'all can make, you can see by my hand how big that is. And I ain't never even used it. So I'm kind of excited to get to use it today. Now Roscoe has thwarted me because he mangled it up so bad. But I'm gonna do it just like so. So let's go over there and see if we can rig this thing up some kind of way. I need to do it because see how it dangles down. I'm gonna redesign that joker. I need to heat that up and bend that curly part right here over so it kicks up some more instead of down, but I shove it in like that. We'll figure something out. Come on. I'm gonna do mine just like that. It works on a real small campfire like what I intended to use, but y'all know how I am. I don't never use a small campfire. Get that down a little lower. Now there we go. That's all we need right there. Oh yeah. Well, we fixing to cut into this here squirrel. See if he's fit to eat. Get us some goldenrod tea here. I've been sitting here sipping on this. Man, y'all, goldenrod tea just hard to eat. I'm telling you that. And I like to mix it with a little bit of rabbit tobacco. It's got a good flavor to it. Anyway, let me get this camera set up. We're gonna try to squirrel out, see if it's done. Cut me one of these legs off here. May could cook just a tad more, But I think I'm gonna cook the rest of that just a tad more. Put it back on there for just a little bit. Y'all, I've had some people say something about, it's gonna turn cold tonight. This tent tarp set up, this is a tarp, it's an oilcloth. The design, the way I set this up, if you was paying attention this today in the daylight, and I'll look at it again in the morning, it's raised up in the front, and in the back, it's pinned to the ground all the way around. What that'll do is that'll trap heat inside of there. I brought my climate sleep pad that'll insulate me off the ground. Y'all, I'll be cozy up in there. Fire right out front, heat. I've got a big log right here. I'll drag that up to the back of this fire and build it up good before I go to sleep. That'll help reflect heat up toward my tent. So, y'all, stuff like that is what helps you to be successful. And yes, I've got another bag here, and this is one of the reasons I camped close to my buggy. I didn't want to pack in a tent back and over in the canoe and possibly get stuff damp. You can set yourself up for a miserable night. So I have got a thick coat that I brought with me. I didn't know how cold it was going to be in the morning. I may not need it, but if I need it, I got it. I've got another set of shirts. I've got another whole suit of clothes. So if I had to, I could put on another pair of pants over these. I've got an extra shirt, another pair of socks. I just brought in case I got wet mainly. So anyway, when you come down here and spend the night, be prepared, because if something goes wrong, I'm still set up to where I can make it all night. But I just thought I would mention that. It's not going to be that bad. I think 40 is what the low is, which is pretty cool for here. And it's our first really cold spell of the year, so I'm ready for it. I think I'm in good shape. We'll see you in the morning. I may have a different attitude in the morning about it. But we letting that squirrel cook. And another reason I camp beside this buggy is, y'all, I have got floodlights on the back of that thing. And that allows me to be able to see what I'm doing. Otherwise, I couldn't film nothing at night. It's more about the filming than me seeing what I want to do. I've got a headlight with me. Man. That doggone squirrel good down here on the creek bank. Here, Roscoe. Come here, boy. Here. You gonna get it? Stand up. Come on. Get up. Here. Here. That made him work for it a little bit. Whoa. Good God, y'all. Boy, that just flamed right on up on me, didn't it? I don't want that. I did have to add a little wood to it. It was burning down. I wasn't expecting all that, though. Here, Roscoe. You see where he chewed them ribs all up and broke them all to pieces on me? He'll get all that part. I'm trying to salvage off what I want to. I gotta eat too. Yeah, buddy. Now, just so y'all know, tonight when we get in that tent, or in that tarp, I keep calling it a tent. It can be a tent tonight. When I get in that sleeping bag, he'll get in there with me and go all the way down to my feet. And he'll wake me up about every 30 minutes because he'll get hot and won't come back out. Yeah. I don't have the black cold weather part of that bag. There is a military sleep system. I need to get that. But it don't really ever get just that bad cold here. 40 degrees really ain't cold. I know there's a bunch of them folks, they camp out in the snow and all that stuff. I ain't never camped out in the snow. It snows here, we get so excited wanting to play in it, we don't even think about camping. We're dragging car hoods and whatnot like that around. I had to rotate my squirrel over there. Make sure it don't char up on one side. I had to eat it out of an urn. That turned out good. I hate to tell y'all this, but I got a pork loin right here. I'm thinking about cooking it just cause I got it. I do have a grill grate in my bag. So I'm thinking about cooking it. I ain't got nothing else to do. Come here, son. I know y'all worry he ain't eating good enough. But he is, trust me. Look at that pork loin off that. That's off of a wild pig. We might as well burn this. I think I'm gonna cut this in half just so I can roll it around easier out there. I may ought to cut all that sinew off of there. Probably would be a wise decision. I didn't get it all though. Let's see here. Ooh. Cut through it. Doggone it. Here, Roscoe. You like pig? Alright. Wipe that on my britches. That's the reason I wear them britches, so I can keep the knife clean. One day I'm gonna come up with a name for this seasoning because I just mix everything I want in there together. And it ain't never the same recipe neither. It's whatever's handy. I guess that's why we call it the handy dandy sauce. It's got Tony Satchery's in it, old brother Tony. Let's put old brother Louisiana hot sauce there on there. Oh. We may need us our gloves to put this in the fire. We can get that all in the middle like that, you know, and all and everything. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, y'all. Uh-huh. Y'all, I got my fire built up. What I'm doing, the reason I'm letting it get so big, is typical. If you follow the Native Americans, the white man's always wanted to build a big brush fire. Well, I like a big fire, but I'm getting to where I like to just bare minimum, you know, just because that's a good idea. It ain't what I just really like. I like a bonfire. But you need to conserve your wood. So what I'm doing though is I drug up, there's a lot of downed limbs down here in this swamp, and I drug up several big pieces, and I'm trying to burn them in two so that I've got shorter pieces to handle through the night. I don't want to be up getting up fooling with a bunch of stuff. I want to be able to get up and grab a little piece and roll it over there and be done with it. Because I'm going to keep that fire going all night. Y'all, look at this pork loin. I'll get to smacking so loud you can't hear yourself think. Here, Roscoe. Wind's starting to lay down. You see the smoke. When you get a hot fire like that, it won't smoke near as bad. I've been laying that little dead junk over there trying to cook over it, not have a big bunch of flame. Now I ain't smoked out so bad. But for the sake of the video not being too god-awful long, because we want to film a little bit tomorrow, we're going to shut this down tonight. But we got a good fire. I'll turn it back on when we go to crawl in there and go to sleep. You can see Roscoe where he going. I need to show you where he going to wind up sleeping. But I got my coat out. Got all my junk. I got this extra shirt, big, thick, heavy. And then I got my winter jacket. Now it has a button-in liner. So I got all of that, and if it's like not cold enough for that, I can take that out. So that was one of the reasons I like this jacket. And I did bring my camouflage little pillow. I got a seat cushion. I use it for a pillow. We'll pick y'all up though when we get ready to go to bed. We're gonna sit around and fire and drink some goldenrod tea. I may make another pot of it. Got the fire built up. And I'm fixing to crawl up in here. I got the rifle stuck up in here. Melts. I got my light laying right here. I got my knife buoy office right here, and then I got my gun with the barrel pointed out right here where I can get in and out of there. So, and we got us a fire, sure enough. Leave those shoes off. Roscoe, he's out there doing him a little scouting, I think. She's going back here. I'll be honest with y'all. If it wasn't for this climate sleep pad, I wouldn't even attempt to sleep on it. I have raked up big old pile of leaves. Get me in that fire. It's kind of warm right now. But I built it up for the purpose of it's gone. It'll die way down. This is my pillow thing right here, y'all. I ain't be roughing it too bad. All right, watch this. Roscoe, come on. Where you gonna sleep? There we go. Get up in the sleeping bag, son. Hey, about ain't enough room for me and you both, is it? Hey. Well, tell them all good night. He wants to chew on my squirrel tail that's on my rifle. Ah. He may overtake my pillow, reckon. He don't know about this. It's been a while since we done it. Look at there. We're gonna have to zip it up. These mummy bags ain't my favorite thing, but anyway, we'll see y'all in the morning time. Well, y'all, it's a little bit nipply this morning. Oh, we got a fire going though. It stayed with us all night. We was snuggled up right here in these covers. And Roscoe, I got out, poked the fire up. He crawled back up in there, and we laid there a little bit. And I said, well, you want to go squirrel hunting? And buddy, out them covers, and he had gone. I don't know where he's at. I guess he's squirrel hunting. I ain't heard him tree yet. But y'all ain't heard a sound or nothing. They ain't nothing stirring. So, I don't know. I did just hear a bird. So, it has now become time to put on more clothing. Time to put some coffee on the fire too. I poured water out of my clean canteen just so I'd have clean water from a goldenrod leaf down in there in the bowl. But I crammed a coffee filter in this screen deal right here. My coffee. And y'all, I made me an old coffee sack here. Piece of canvas. I stitched this up myself. I'm a mite proud. I even wrote coffee on it right there. Open that up a little bit right there for now. And I'm just gonna pour me a good amount in there because I got quite a bit of water in there. Drop that in there like that. That'll keep ground from getting all in my... I finally hear an old crow hollering. He's telling everybody to get up. I do have some grits and whatnot. This is my little food bag. I don't know what I love. Just in case times was hard. We didn't bring, I thought I had some grits or something. I ain't in the mood for none of that this morning. We fixing to slip off in and see if we can shoot us a squirrel while that coffee's cooking and not go very far. Leave it at that. Oh, I think what I'm gonna do this morning is I'm gonna just kind of set that right there. Yeah. That's about the way I like a fire when I'm gonna cook on it. You couldn't really tell last night, much, but well, I need to put my coat on, but I gotta get this belt on. If I don't, I'm gonna lose these breeches. I figured they'd be a mite tighter. All the groceries we eat last night. But I can't go nowhere without this here new knife. Oh, no. Roscoe, you want to go squirrel hunting? Where's he at? Where's he at, son? Where's the squirrel at? Go find one. Go treat one now, come on. He don't know what he's doing. He will tree if he finds a squirrel, but he don't know how to hunt. And it's partly because I get frustrated. I can do a better job of hunting myself, or at least think I can. And I hadn't took him enough for him to learn how. Finally spotted a limb shake out here. I slipped out here. And I finally seen 2 or 3 squirrels. It's way over there across the creek. Playing in a tree, but for the longest, y'all, they did nothing move at all. I hear somebody's house dog over there tearing it up. I'll have to tighten that back up when I loosened it where it wouldn't squeak whenever I moved it. We may be on to something here. Yeah, I see a limb shaking. Let's see if Roscoe trees. Well, he's up that tree, but I'll show you where I think he went. You see that hole right there? That squirrel is in that hole. I'm about sure of it. If I fool around and spot him somewhere, I'll let you know. That was loud, wasn't it, Roscoe? Y'all, we ain't seen nothing. Not to amount to anything, at least. Roscoe, his way of hunting is just to run wide open everywhere. You don't see a whole lot that way. Oh, y'all, look at that. Now, that ain't quite black as I like it, but it'll work. we're gonna put some more of this wood on that fire. I gotta get warm, y'all. This done got chilly this morning, but I like it like this. This is my kind of weather. Oh, that hit my soul right there. Y'all, I'm debating on taking the boat back down there and see if them crappie bite this morning a little while. Since the squirrels ain't gonna act right. Now y'all, I built this whole fire. I ain't chopped no wood. Now I did bring my tomahawk. This is a store-bought tomahawk, but it's a good tomahawk for what I do. But I ain't had to beat on my knife and baton no wood. That is a pet peeve of mine, y'all. There is no sense in taking a saw and then having to bust wood with your knife, beating on it with a stick. I mean, there's limbs everywhere. We drug up stuff, burned it in two. We kept a good fire going all night. And I ain't chopped no wood, I ain't sawed no wood, I ain't batoned no wood. So I realize it may not be that way everywhere, but usually wherever there's trees, you're gonna find dead, broken limbs that fell out of there that you can gather up and burn just about anywhere. So we've not struggled with the fire, so. I believe I'm gonna go see if them crappie won't act right. Y'all, I wanted to tell you this shelter pinned down to the ground like this, that thing did good last night. I'm gonna come around this way. That caught all of that heat going that way. We slept real good in there. Cold as it got, we did not get cold while I was in that sleeping bag. So while I'm packing up, I've had a bunch of people, especially through like Facebook and whatnot. Let me turn this around where I'm looking at y'all. You know, talk about it got cold, which in Mississippi, 40 degrees is cold for us. But I've had a bunch of people, you know, you're going to freeze and it's cold now. You know, you should have went camping earlier. Y'all, this climate sleep pad, they're about $60. It's a little expensive, but if you're going to stay in hunting season, this is, you can't beat it. A good night's sleep, being up off the ground. This is an insulated sleep pad. I'll link it in the descriptions. You don't want to be down here without that. I mean, this just, And it ain't got to be this one. There's several other sleep pads that'll work. There's may be some that are better. I know this one works. I got it for Christmas a couple of years ago. My wife got it for me. That was one of the things that I asked for. And y'all, it made a lot of difference. Being up off the ground, because that cold ground, it'll suck heat out of your body. So the way I set this up, and there you can see that climate. I don't know if I showed it last night when I was putting it up. But I'm packing stuff up before I go. I'm still gonna go crappie fishing, but while I'm sipping on my coffee, I thought I'd get a bunch of this stuff packed up. I know some people, they ain't interested in that, none at all, and then some people, that's the stuff they want to know is what are you using, what gear you got. And y'all, I had a good night's sleep. Me and Roscoe snuggled up. I've got that military sleep system, but I do not have the real extreme cold weather. I just have the green bag. The cold weather bag is a black bag. And I picked it up at a thrift store in Tuscaloosa. We were over there a couple of years ago, and I just happened up on it. I was like, and I got it for like 20 bucks. So there's a giant thrift store over there. All right. We're packing some of this stuff up. Now, I put my rubber boots on. I know somebody's gonna notice that. I gotta cross them logs, wade a little bit up there to get to my fishing hole. We're gonna go see if we can catch a few more crappie before we go home. I didn't want to get my feet wet and then be freezing. So take care of yourself, plan ahead, don't get wet. And if you do, have some dry clothes. I mean, if I got my rubber boots wet, at least I got this pair of shoes that I can put on. And y'all, I don't know if y'all ever got a good look at those shoes. They got good tread on them. That is a good shoe. I like these shoes. Now, the quality of them, I don't know about. That remains to be seen, but go get you a good pair of shoes. I can slip around in them, y'all, not make no racket. Oh, boy, these things right here, good God, y'all. I done heard them call several different things. Pumpkin seed brim. I don't know, this is what we call a chinky pin, okay? Here in Mississippi, now I have done sit here and caught a good many fish, probably more than I normally would keep. And I'm keeping everything because I've got a lot of work to do here in the future, and I may not come back for a little while. So I'm fixing to stock up for some eating. So I'm throwing right over there, and I'm fishing right now with a gold colored Bobby Garland. It's that, I don't know what you call it, crystal or something like that. I'll show you. It and the blue ice is really two of mine. And I just use regular lead jig heads. But I didn't film no bunch of fishing today, y'all, because we wore them out on another fishing video. And I done had a gruntle grab my pole twice, and one just broke my line right off, just pop. So. I believe we got a little crappie there. Yeah, we got a little crappie there. But anyway, I ain't gonna film no whole bunch of fishing. But we catching a few fish down here. I'll show you in the cooler here directly. Y'all, you see my redneck camera mount I got mounted up here? Look over in that cooler. Y'all, they is some of the finest fish. I just gonna show y'all, we may not have got any squirrels this morning, but we knew where a good fishing hole was, and this is why we camped out this area. There's a lot of blow down trees out there, so the squirrels is kind of iffy anyway. I got a leaf that time, throwed it right on a leaf, and my bait didn't swim right. But I'm fixing to go take camp down and go to the house. I'm pitching it over. I had to pull my front of my boat up here on the bank. The wind's so bad. I'm just spinning all around out there, getting hung up and such as that. I keep hanging leaves. Now, there's a lot of leaves falling out of the tree now. We done hit this cool weather. It went down that time. Maybe we'll get a bite. Yeah. And I just reel it real slow. Yeah. Come on now, we got a little old brim. And y'all, if I'm gonna eat brim, I'd rather have these littler ones. I don't know why, don't ask me, but I'm keeping him. I just, the old big brim, I just ain't crazy about. I mean, I like them, but they just, I don't know, I like them little brim. My uncle, he used to fish with us, and he called them snackers. What he meant by that was that's the ones you eat on while you waiting on the rest of them to get done. Well, anyway, I'm going to catch a few fish, and then I'll pick you up when we get camp took down, and maybe have another sip of coffee, and then we're going to head out of here. I'm trying to get packed up here, and the wind's about to blow. Ooh, what in the world was that? Get my junk all in these bags. That white blanket was supposed to have been, I thought that my green army blanket, my wool blanket was in there. But now I've got this is old military bag thing. So I stuck that blanket in there because I'm going to clean all this out when I get to the house. And I wound up putting my sleeping bag in there too. But I put this in a dry bag for the in case I wound up deciding I wanted to paddle somewhere else. I didn't wind up with wet stuff, because that paddle will sling water in the canoe. So that is a bright yellow dry bag, and then I camouflage it a little bit in that green bag there. I gotta get that cooler in there. Let's see if we can make that happen. That's got the most valuable thing in it it's ever had right now. Full of crappie. I had brought a fillet knife and all such and stuff like that. There's a little small pouch in the back, kind of holds things, so that goes in there. And then this kind of goes in on top of it. And that stiffens up the back of that bag where it ain't collapsing over and whatnot. Remember which one of these had, I don't know, I think all the seasoning was in this one. y'all, what I'm gonna do, well, I'll just show you. I have to get my gloves on. This is the easiest way to take care of this. You throw that stuff in the water. I was hoping this, yeah. Now see, I can handle it. Because with the wind blowing like it is today, it's hard to put it out. But out there, it's out. And see, I can pick these little pieces up. It's bad hot. But we're gonna go get water and throw it on, pour it all on this now. Y'all, it may take several pots to get all of this out. But y'all, I love my swamp, so make sure that you put this out. It'll burn up everything if it gets out, especially with the wind blowing like it is today. Get these dry leaves back just in case. I used a limb that I burned up, had a bunch of green on it, to sweep all this out yesterday. I'm gonna go get one more pot of water and put on here. It wouldn't take but one good ember in this wind today. I think we got it forced over now. There's pretty well. That ground is warm. A lot of that steam is more than it is smoke right now. All right, we can put our pot up now. Well, everything's down. I gotta get my dog collars. I had my blanket and all that rolled up. I just rolled it up small and tucked it in that. I have to put a paper towel right here for this all to stay together. Otherwise that cup will rattle and fall off. Oh, see if we can get this cinched down up here. So, thank y'all for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. I hope y'all enjoyed this little trip. I know I sure did. But I really do appreciate all of you that watch my videos and come along with me on these trips. I enjoy doing it. I don't get to camp as much as I would like to. But it won't be too long and Brody will be big enough to go. And we'll probably be doing a lot more of it then. But right now, I just get to come when I can get away for a little while, go hide. But I gotta get that tied down. I just wrapped that on this rack. This rack right here is not mounted. It is just merely stuck in some holes. So anyway, again, thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next time. Remember, the best way to do things, the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all.